Good day, Paris. Yeah. All right. I hope everybody's had a good day. I hope it's not just been a good day. I hope it's been a great day. And it's been, we're starting something new here at Good Day, Paris. We're going to be broadcasting tonight on our Facebook page, Good Day Paris, but also broadcasting live on myparistv.com. And for the first time, we're going to be simulcasting on our YouTube page, which you can go to at www.gooddayparis.com. Today's episode is going to be full of surprises, maybe. Our first, we're going to have some animals on with Miss Brittney Roberts from Llama Llama Adventures. They're in the studio just over here, so if you hear something going on, it's not antics, it's real animals. They're here. I promise you, I can see them all. It's going to be exciting. The first part of the show tonight, though, we're going to be talking about something that a lot of us have been wondering about probably for a while. I'd say if you've followed any type of college sports, the question about can college athletes be paid? Can college athletes earn money? Maybe some of the Titans players should have not earned all their money last night. If you're a Titans fan, by the way, probably wasn't a good day. 41-7 or 6? I mean, golly. Whew. I'll tell you what, Titans fans, do what I do. Be a Mississippi State fan. That way, keep your expectations low. If you win, you're excited. But forget that. Our first guest tonight is coming to us from the University of Tennessee at Martin. She is the Associate Athletics Director for Internal Operations, Miss Ashley Bynum. Ashley, welcome to Good Day Paris.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Nice to be here.
yeah, have a seat.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming over here and taking time out to be a part of the show
of
and
course.
give us some insight and information into the world of college athletics and the pay to play or not the pay to play, the NIL and how all that comes into play. But you and I know each other, don't we?
That's right. Family almost.
Almost.
Of sorts.
Of sorts.
That's right.
A sorted family.
Yeah.
Very
You
sorted.
could call it that.
Yeah. So you are my son's wife's sister.
That's right. But
Or more
most
importantly,
importantly, your grandson's aunt.
There we go.
That's what matters, right?
Yeah, that's what matters. Yeah. So, but I'm so glad you're here because when I saw one of the articles that you had put out about the name, image, and likeness and all that, and I was instantly intrigued because you're an attorney, and you went to University of Tennessee at Martin for your undergrad?
That's correct. And then UT Knoxville for law school. So we also have very low expectations when it comes to football.
I wasn't going to say anything.
I'm pretty self-aware about that for sure.
And you came back after law school, back to UT Martin.
Correct.
And went to work there doing, did you go right into the athletics department?
So I moved back to Weakley County and I practiced law for about a year. And the opportunity came up to join the athletics department in the role of NCAA compliance.
That's got to be hard.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules, a lot to keep up with, and especially now, things are changing rapidly.
Yes.
When I first started, things changed twice a year. There were 2 legislative cycles, and then COVID hit, and the landscape of college athletics, just in general, is changing significantly. And so now, things differ from month to month, sometimes from week to week, depending on what they're interested in at the moment.
And you got to keep all that straight, keep everybody in compliance and make sure that the University of Tennessee at Martin is in compliance with all NCAA rules.
Right.
One of the big new rules is the topic of this show, or that we're going to talk about, the name, image, and likeness. So what is name, image, and likeness? That term gets thrown out. I've heard it called NIL. So what is that?
Well, yeah, so name, image, and likeness are the three elements that make up someone's right to publicity. The right to publicize on their own behalf or on someone else's behalf. And before this significant shift in college athletics, the universities owned the right to publicity
and
for student athletes.
That's been a big issue with.
Yes, it's been a huge topic of conversation for long before they changed the regulations. Whether or not student athletes should be compensated for the amount of money and publicity that they bring into the universities.
College athletics, in some instances, if you're Alabama and you have a winning football program, that football program brings in a significant amount of revenue.
Absolutely.
And the idea is that these students that are on the team maintaining an amateur status aren't compensated. And that was kind of where this kind of started, I think, right?
Absolutely. You had universities, running a budget surplus of millions and millions of dollars a year because of the revenue drawn in for, the work that's essentially executed by these student athletes who their level of compensation has been fairly limited up until this recent change to scholarship opportunities that is capped at your cost of attendance, which varies by university but never exceeds $50,000 usually, and that includes your tuition fees, housing, and living expenses. So there's not much income or revenue for those student athletes prior to this change in legislation and the shift that we've seen starting in summer of 2021.
Now, some people would say that they're compensated, and you described that, they're compensated with their education.
Right.
You went to school, congratulations on being athletic, and we're going to compensate you by educating you.
Right.
Is that enough?
Well, and I think that's where that shift kind of derived from. As a society, now we don't see that that's enough anymore. And when you look at the numbers, especially for an institution like my Tennessee Vols or your Bulldogs, they're bringing in so much money that the work being done is not compensated properly based off of just the scholarship alone.
Because they're getting paid off of merchandise, they're getting paid off of ticket revenue, they're getting paid in numerous places for their logo or for showing highlights from the game or even to broadcast the game.
Right. And that's not that wasn't trickling down. Well, it's still not trickling down to the student athletes. We've opened a new avenue for student athletes to garner revenue, but it's still not that pay for play like you mentioned earlier, where student athletes are being paid a portion of the revenue that the schools are receiving. So that's one of the most common misconceptions I've seen about the name, image, likeness realm, just through conversation with colleagues and regular people is UT Martin and any other institution are not the ones actually paying these students for this name, image, likeness.
It's an outside entity.
That's right.
But it's not boosters. It can't be boosters, or is that right?
The way that the legislation and the rules were initially written in the different states.
The NCAA rules you're talking about?
Yeah, so this all started in California. California passed the first piece of legislation that said student athletes should be able to engage in name, image, likeness activities.
Okay.
The conference schools of schools in California caught wind of that and said, well, that's not fair. They have a competitive advantage over us because they can pay their players, or their players can garner these name, image, likeness deals, and the ones over here in Nevada or Colorado or neighboring states in the same conference didn't have the same opportunities. And so it created inequity in recruiting, which was an issue for coaches and institutions.
I can see that.
And so the trickle-down effect was that each state began passing the legislation and basically forced the NCAA's hand to where they had to also pass name, image, likeness as an organization as a whole.
So each state has to we're getting kind of deep in this already, and I want to keep up with it because it's a lot of information. Sure. So the NCAA allowed college athletes that in programs that operate under the NCAA to be allowed to earn money based off of their name, image, and likeness. And then each state had to adopt legislation.
Opposite.
So
the states did it first.
Okay.
And then forced the NCAA's hand. It also happened with the Alston case about additional educational benefits that can be provided to student athletes. Mr. Alston was a student athlete, and I forget the school, but he was denied some expenses related to his education. And so he sued the NCAA because the institution denied those expenses based off the NCAA's requirements. That went all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court held that institutions and the NCAA cannot prohibit students from being paid those educational expenses. So student athletes also, on top of name, image, likeness, can receive an extra, I think the number is $7,000 or $8,000 per year to handle miscellaneous educational expenses that might come along. So what you're seeing is political figures, the U.S. government as a whole, really, and then each individual state is beginning to legislate and pass things that are for the benefit of the student athlete that the NCAA has traditionally denied. And so the whole foundation of the NCAA as a whole and the power that they hold over these institutions is coming into question because they're being forced into these things by external sources at this point.
So the name, image, likeness contracts and being able to pay student athletes, I think a lot of us think instantly to probably the big sport, football, and then basketball, and so on and so forth. This is not something that's limited to the big sports, the big schools. UT Martin is a mid-level school, but it could go all the way to NAIA. Is that right? So all schools now that have college athletics allow student athletes in any sport, track, field, I don't know what else, volleyball, just about anything, swimming, they can all earn some level of income.
That's right.
Potentially. And I was looking at a few things that I saw come up about some of these deals that I just thought was interesting, and that you're here to kind of go over this. One was the BYU football team. They got a deal with an organization called Built Bar. I don't even have any idea what that is, but it says all 136 BYU football players can earn up to $1,000, and it pays, this deal will also pay the tuition for the walk-ons on the team. So that's a big deal.
That's a huge deal.
So now they're able to, even non-scholarship athletes, like our horse friend over here, are able to now potentially receive some level of income.
That's right. And, it's great. It's a great opportunity for the student athletes, obviously. These student athletes are operating as independent contractors for these organizations. So there are tax implications for that and other things that,
are they ready for that?
Right. And that's the question. You're 18 years old and you've signed a deal for millions of dollars and there are real repercussions to that whose responsibility is it to educate those students,
and where does that come in? Does that come in at the university?
Yeah, that's the institutions. People in my role have been tasked with educating student athletes on those types of repercussions. Like I said, the tax implications. International students can't garner income when they're because of their visa status. So they jeopardize their ability to even be in the country, if they were to engage in something without having the proper education on it. So the fallout of it and the implications of it are very, very deep and very wide.
Yeah. Now, do universities, you said this before, and this is a part where I get a little confused. Universities, can they be included in these contracts? How does that work? Because you're wearing the logo
Right.
as a student athlete. How does the university play a role in that?
Right. Well, and that's another area where there might be unintended consequences. You know, UT Martin, these logos, these brands are trademarked.
Yeah.
And so the student athlete, if they are wearing the brand, and you know, the amount of income garnered obviously makes this a more severe issue. So again, the bigger schools are having to deal with this more often. Infringement of trademark and copyright and the impact that could have on the students. So most institutions have a policy in place that says that you can't use our logos, trademarks, branding, anything like that in pursuit of name, image, likeness contracts.
How do you get around like wearing a uniform?
Right. Well, Photoshop has gotten really
Photoshop.
advanced these days, and so they just white it right out and keep it moving. So
that's so interesting.
Yeah, that's been something. And then you know, with a school our size, you have to consider you know, there's limited funding in West Tennessee, and so you know, our department runs on a significant amount of money from donors and sponsors and things like that. And so does something like this impact the amount of revenue that we can generate from donations, because instead they're choosing, or they're opting to
But y'all are operating
sponsor
off
student
surplus,
athletes.
right? Y'all are operating off surplus.
We've got it coming out the ears.
The student athlete that isn't a student yet, the ones that are in junior high, that are on travel leagues, and the ones that are you know, stars in high school for whatever the sport is.
Yeah.
Does this get down into that level? How does that?
Oh, absolutely.
Are they recruited at that level?
Well,
I know they are to come to
absolutely.
the university, but are they recruited from these corporations or for people?
Well, I think that's largely dependent on the sport. You know, I don't think it's trickled down that far just yet. But if you look at specifically basketball and the AAU model that we run off of, and the ability to go straight into the league instead of having to go to college at all, you know, the lines for amateurism,
It's blurred.
are
big
very
time.
blurred.
Yeah.
You know, we've already blurred them significantly in the college realm, and it's not far out of the realm of possibility for that to trickle down for those students. But I think the more important area where these students have an opportunity with this is it's going to expand their abilities to be recruited, in my opinion. Because, you know, a UT Martin student that could be our starting quarterback, full scholarship guy, could go be a walk-on at BIU and still have his school paid for.
Yeah.
Or go be a walk-on at UT and run through the T at Neyland Stadium and have that experience.
Yeah.
And so what that's going to do is it's all shifting a little bit.
I was thinking like maybe smaller universities. For instance, I got an opportunity to play football at Tennessee Tech. Got a scholarship offer, and I was going into engineering school. There was no way that I was going to go. And plus, when I got up there, I realized those guys were a lot bigger than I thought they were going to be. I thought this was just Tennessee Tech. I mean, you know, they're not that big. They were big.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't want to get into all that. But marginal football players like myself could potentially go to a smaller university and earn income while they're there from a variety of outlets.
That's right.
By just representing them. For instance, I could go and be an offensive lineman at UT Martin, and I could get a name, image, and likeness deal from Llama Llama Adventures.
That's right.
And they would be able to just pay me thousands and thousands of dollars or lots of petting opportunities with the goats to be their representative. So it doesn't, we're not talking about necessarily Gatorade type level contracts.
Right.
This is, you can get money from, or you can get contracts from all sorts of organizations.
Absolutely.
What, for instance, what are, if you can, are there some that you
We
could-
do. We have some local organizations and businesses that are, beginning to dabble in this area. There's a local coffee shop that has a name, image, likeness deal with one of our student athletes. And with the power of social media, it doesn't have to be a local organization anymore. The ways that these students can use Instagram to garner these deals and to make money it's really impressive.
It is.
This new generation is they really know what they're doing on the internet how to use it to their benefit. And that's been an area that has been shocking to me is their ability to reach different organizations that could provide that funding through social media alone.
I'm glad you brought up the social media. As I was doing a little research, I came across the story about Chloe Mitchell, volleyball player. It's a NAIA school, Aquinas in Michigan. And during COVID, she had started doing a lot of home improvement type videos, just messing around her house, and she got a big following through TikTok. And whenever she got ready to go to school, she was one of the first student athletes to start receiving name, image, likeness contracts through NAIA. But she had so many followers that she was able to capitalize. Not that she was, Chloe, you're probably an amazing volleyball player, and I know that you're top notch, but I don't think that that's what it was that drove the contracts. It was the number of followers that she already had.
Absolutely.
And then took that with her to the university. And I found that interesting because a local prodigy from here, Ty Simpson, he's a freshman at the University of Alabama. He's the backup quarterback to the Heisman Trophy winner. And I was looking at his NIL valuation, and that seems to be like a composite of what they're worth or something. And Ty, it had him worth $83,000, and each post that he makes, they had a dollar amount. So each time he makes a post, it's worth $537. So we can drill down and put a number to it. And for those of you that followed Martin Westview football, they won the state championship last year. And Ty Simpson, phenomenal young man, phenomenal football player. But the man that he's backing up, Bryce Young, here's the difference. Bryce Young's NIL valuation is $3.3 million. And he has a per post value of $8,700 or $8,700 each time he makes a post. So it doesn't take much in terms of being a business person to say there is some influence that these young people are having, and it's really mind-blowing at that level. And I think that a lot of, I can see these kids in high school just talking about their goals, and one of them is they're going to get an NIL contract with something. And just what is that? What is that outlet for them to be able to get that? How far out, you said it's not limited, so does it have to be people in the United States though that participate in the NIL contracts? Do you know that? Is that something?
Well, I don't think that there would be an exclusion on an international business providing an opportunity to a student athlete. At this point, and I think this is something that the NCAA might eventually change, there's not a cap or limitation or anything like that on the amount of revenue that these student athletes can garner, basically.
Is there going to be a time whenever they look like maybe NASCAR drivers, where they've got, where they're wearing
logos,
their sponsorships and stuff out on the field or on the gymnastics floor? I'll
be honest, I hope not.
I hope not as well.
And we've we've talked about how we're blurring the lines with amateur status and everything, and I don't necessarily have an issue with that, but I do hope that we can protect the integrity of the game and the opportunities that we are providing to the student athletes, and that feels like we're diminishing a bit of the integrity of the game,
Yeah,
you know, to
it
me
does.
personally.
Are we going to see times where student athletes decide not to participate in a sport because their NIL deal is?
We've already seen it.
Have we?
I can't remember. I think it may have been. It couldn't have been LSU, but it was a school.
If it was something dumb, it was probably LSU.
It was a student athlete who had garnered over $1 million worth of name, image, likeness deals and then retired.
Oh, wow.
And there's no repercussions.
Why not?
Because these businesses are contracting with the student for the student.
Yeah.
And it being contingent on them participating in the sport is probably not something that's been written into contracts.
Not
at this
all of
point.
them, probably.
Right. I mean, now we might be seeing things change. It's similar to you have a star quarterback who, Bryce Young, for instance.
Yeah.
He's got 3 whatever million worth of name, image, likeness deals. Well, let's just say something crazy happens and he doesn't get hurt, but he loses all of his talent.
Yeah.
He just starts.
Like me.
Right. I mean, he just.
You didn't have to say that.
But he's no longer effective.
Yeah.
And they pull him and they bench him. They can't cancel the contracts because of that.
Right.
So you've funneled $3 million into this student because of their notoriety and their influence and their national stage that they have, and then they're taken off of that stage. And you're still stuck with the price tag because that's still a contractual relationship between the student and the organization.
Where do prospective parents go to find out information? Like if they want to come to UT Martin, where do they go to get information? How do they help navigate them through this?
That is a very good question. I think your best resource is going to be your compliance office on whatever school you're interested in. We are the ones that are tasked with the responsibility of that educational piece. Your bigger schools have softwares and law firms on retainer that handle specifically this, agents in-house that handle this type of thing, you know, so.
Are they and they use it as a recruiting tool?
Yeah, so that's a gray area because you're technically not allowed to make an offer in exchange for enrollment at an institution.
But what about somebody that's not part of the university that's offering the name, image, likeness?
Exactly.
Can they do it? Because some of these kids are getting these name, image, likeness contracts in high school.
Right.
Before they've even decided where they're going to go.
Yeah. So that is where we have a gray area. I'll be honest with you. The boosters is there anything I can do at UT Martin to prevent a booster from doing that? Not really.
Yeah.
I can educate them as much as I want. If I know that it happens, then I can file that violation with the NCAA, and that student would be rendered ineligible.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you know, an offer, an inducement of that level is probably not going to be in writing, and it's probably going to be difficult for me to actually prove that it took place in that manner.
Yeah.
So. Because you know, if the scenario plays out, the student athlete enrolls at UTM, gets the name, image, likeness deal, but how that came to be, I'm probably not going to be privy to that information.
Right. Well, it's an amazingly interesting topic to me, and we talked before the show started that we hope that it doesn't deteriorate or take away from the integrity of these college athletic programs. But I mean, I'm a little bit cynical when it comes to money, and anytime there's a place where money can be, then we get the government involved, and then we get lots of people pulling at it, and 20 years from now, we may be watching nothing but commercials during games with all the name, image, likeness, and everything coming up. I would hate that.
Yeah.
Wish we could just go back to just cheerleaders and
doing it under the table, handing them McDonald's
well, no,
sacks.
I wouldn't talk about that. Oh, no, don't misunderstand. I wasn't insinuating that we were sitting. No, I meant, just just
Yeah,
hey, we get out there and
absolutely.
cheer
No
for
doubt.
our favorite our favorite player.
That's right. Yeah.
Man, you almost got me on that one, Ashley. I appreciate you coming by
Awesome,
to let me grill you a little bit on this and educate me and the rest of West Tennessee on the name, image, likeness.
Yeah. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to be going to our next segment in just a little bit, and it's going to be fun. They're already up. They're already excited. If you have a topic that you want to see us cover, email us at gooddayparis@gmail.com. You can find us on myparistv.com. You can instant message us. Here's our myparistv.com page where you can see some of the other programming that is being put out, and you can check us out. Also, we're going to have in our show next week, we're going to have Carl Anderson with the Real Hope Center. There's our oh, look at there. Hey, that's me. All right. Sorry about that. We're going to have Carl Anderson with the Real Hope Center in studio next week. And we're going to have Jane Etheridge with the Clothesline Project next week. Also going on at the Home Place, 1850s, the Working Farm, they're going to have the Apple Fest. You can go there and get some apple cider, some apple sauce, apple pie. You can see how they raise or grow the apples, and just have a splendid time over there at the Home Place 1880s Working Farm. Over at Land Between the Lakes recreational area. I've been there many, many times. I love that place. Also, here in beautiful Paris, the Scarecrows on the Square. Fun competition, local businesses around the downtown Paris area going to be making their scarecrows, putting them out there. I know my company has got one already. It scares me every time I walk in the office. It's right around the corner and I'm never ready for it, and I can't wait for it to go out on the square. So, all right, so coming in on our second episode, our second part is Miss Brittney Roberts. How are you?
Thank you. Good, good.
With Llama Llama Adventures. And Michael Roberts and Casey Roberts. All right. Look at here. You brought some pets.
I did.
And some nice little animals here.
Yeah, he's wondering if you have a treat for him.
Oh.
So this is Rango. Rango is a mini horse.
A mini horse.
Yeah, so he's a little bit different from like a Shetland pony or something of that nature. So he's a mini horse.
He is sweet.
So he's full grown, so this is as big as he'll get. He's been with us since he was just maybe 2 years old. So this was actually Casey's first horse.
Oh, Casey, this is about the right size for you, isn't it? What's his name? What was his name?
Rango.
Rango.
Yeah, you've got to see the movie Rango.
Yeah.
The little cowboy lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly which one that is.
Yep. So this is Mr. Rango, and then Mike has Mookie. So Mookie is a Haikua alpaca.
Haikua alpaca.
There's two types of alpacas. So there's the Haikua and there's the Surrey. So the Surrey have like dread-looking locks, to whereas their fiber. So this is called his fiber.
Fiber.
Yep.
As opposed to his hair
Fur,
or
hair.
fur. So it's fiber.
Yep. So fiber.
Oh.
They can produce 5 to 10 pounds of fiber a year.
Now, do y'all shave him and sell the fiber? Wool. It's not wool. It's fiber.
Fiber. Mm-hmm. Yep. So they get shaved once a year, and when they get shaved, you can do different things with the fiber. So you can send it to a co-op and have socks made of it.
Oh,
you can
cool.
have all kinds of different things made.
I don't know if he's checking me out.
He may be.
I'm going to wait till I get too close to him. Go get through a little bit of the conversation.
So they are rather than fight, they're a flight animal. So eye contact is a threatening message. Yeah.
I'm not
so you
looking
gotta
at you.
just kind of like
Not
look
looking at
away,
you.
just I'm not looking at you kind of thing when you talk to
Yeah,
him.
okay. That's the way my wife does. I think she's looking at me, or I'm getting in trouble.
And you're not looking at her.
But I'm always in trouble. I don't know.
So Mookie, Haiku alpaca, they haven't been in the United States all that long. So alpacas came to the United States in 1984.
1984.
Yeah. So there was 6 original imports of them, and all of the registered alpacas in the United States have derived from those 6 imports.
From 6 immigrants.
Yep, 6 imports. So there was roughly like 10 to 15 in each of those imports. So he's an interesting character. He has 6 friends at home.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So
he's checking everything out right now.
Yeah. So this is his first time on TV.
Oh, yeah. Tell him, Dave.
He's a little jealous. He's an attention hog.
Oh.
Yeah,
he's sweet.
He's a little jealous. Over here we have, she's eating Casey's shirt. This is Miss April.
Hey, Miss April.
April is a Nigerian dwarf goat.
Yeah.
So she's full grown.
Oh.
That's as big as she'll get.
She's sweet.
Yeah, she enjoys sitting in your lap. She'll sit and watch TV with you.
Oh, does she sit? You take her inside and watch TV?
Yeah, she'll go inside if you let her.
Bring her over here, Casey.
Yeah, she'll go inside if you let her.
Oh, here, come over here, sweetheart, where the nice people at home can see your pretty face. Okay, so tell me, Casey, what started this? Did you start this whole Llama Llama Adventures? Is this your idea?
Yes, sir.
It is? It is? So y'all started this, but y'all had animals, right?
We did, yeah. So we've lived in Puryear on our farm for right at 13 years. Next year will be 14. I've loved animals my whole life. It started with riding horses when I was younger. Then I showed rabbits in 4-H when I was in high school. And then as an adult, I've always been teased about having a zoo.
Yeah.
Because I have so many animals. And so I thought, hey, why not? Why not take them on the road? So people who like to cook, they like to see people eat. Well, I like to see people enjoying animals.
Yeah.
And so they're a lot of fun. We're really enjoying. We've been at the soybean festival. So saw lots of people there.
Tell me, so Llama Llama Adventures is you guys have a petting zoo opportunity, but more than that at your place in Puryear. So you can come there. Here's your contact at the Facebook page, Llama Llama Adventures, where you can email. There's their email, Llama Llama Adventures @gmail.com. Their phone, 731-336-8163 out here in Puryear, Tennessee. So, but you've got a petting zoo.
Yeah.
Sorts, or
so we have a mobile petting zoo.
Mobile petting zoo.
So we can come to you. So literally anything you can think of, any reason to party, we can come party with you. So
the llamas party.
Yeah, the llamas, the pony. We have a mini pig. We have rabbits, ducks, goats, chickens. We have the whole works. The whole crew comes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
They all get along.
Yeah.
They all get along. They take naps together in the pen.
People are just, they're burning the phone up, aren't they?
They are.
To have y'all bring these
booked.
animals over.
We are solid.
Yeah.
We are solid, which has been great. We've had just an awesome response to this, which I'm so grateful for. It's so much fun, and I enjoy it. But yeah, we'll come to you for any event that you have. We also do a couple different things. So we'll take the alpacas out on adventures. So alpacas are pack animals.
Okay.
So we'll pack a little lunch on them, take them for a hike.
So, and then do you lead them around? Who leads them
No, you
around?
lead them.
Oh,
just don't make eye contact.
don't make eye contact. So what if we run into something? We just,
Well, you're leading him.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But I saw that you guys let people just take them out and they'll pack the lunch
They'll
or,
pack
or,
your
or
lunch.
whatever.
Yep.
And you've got these excursions. Are they at Puryear? Is that how you do that, or where do you do that?
So depending on how long you want to go, we'll actually load them up and we'll meet you wherever you want to go. So we enjoy going over to LBL a lot.
Okay.
So LBL, Paris Landing, any of those trails that you can hike, we take them.
So
Yeah.
are the people, and I would think like nurturing animals, or that's not the right word, but animals tend to relax people.
Yes.
Seems like, they like the petting, they like the
Yes.
comfort, the affection. They don't talk back.
They don't pass judgment.
They don't pass judgment.
They don't hold grudges.
They don't hold
No.
grudges. They're just happy to be around.
They're happy to be here.
And
They-
for a lot of people that don't have somebody to lean on, it's a good therapy for them.
Unconditional love.
Unconditional love.
Yes. Through COVID, so many people, I think adoption rates were up to an all-time high through COVID because people really finally had the time to see the significance of an animal-person relationship. And so, that was also a driving factor during COVID, seeing that and people finally making that connection. And so I think it's just made people a little bit more aware of that relationship between people and animals.
Yeah.
And so, they're looking for more and more opportunities now to come out to a farm. We live in the country, but you'd be surprised how many adults don't really know where an egg comes from.
I can believe that. It comes from Kroger, is
Right.
where eggs come
Walmart,
from.
Walmart.
Yeah, and,
Walmart,
and
yeah.
chicken comes from McDonald's or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we actually,
Isn't
we book some days if you want to just come out to the farm and have a farm experience. We'll do all sorts of things from we can clean stalls, brush animals, ride horses.
Wait a minute. That sounds like a work release program.
Well, it's part of it.
It's part
of
of it?
the experience. I don't want to rob you of any of the experience.
Okay, I see. Yeah, that's interesting.
So we'll ride horses. We also raise longhorn cattle. So
Yeah.
We have.
Is that what you started with, or was that?
We just kind of added them to the zoo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There wasn't y'all didn't start out as cattle farmers or anything in particular.
No, we've always had a collection.
Yay.
Actually, we started with horses, I guess you could say. He rodeoed, and I started at her age. I was showing saddlebred horses.
Okay.
So
horses.
I guess you could say
Yeah.
we started with
Yeah.
horses, and then whenever we met, we had the horses, and then we got cows, and I had some rabbits, and we just kind of meshed the whole zoo together.
Do y'all go into like PetSmart, with them on the leash ever? Or walk
I
around?
have taken a few
Yeah.
farm animals into PetSmart.
I can.
Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply.
Yeah. The goats will ride in the buggy. They enjoy that.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yep.
They are. She's nibbling at your boot there.
Well, there potentially could be a treat in there. You never know.
You never know. The goats are smart.
Goats are very smart. So Casey here has actually trained some of her goats to do tricks. So who's your trick goat?
Jelly bean?
Yeah, Chili Bean.
Chili bean.
Yeah, Chili Bean. And so what will he do?
What's
What can Chili Bean do?
He'll jump off the other.
Off the other goat?
So we set up barrels, and he'll walk a plank. He'll walk a plank.
He'll
Yeah.
walk the plank and
Yep.
jump. Wow. Do you have like little yoga goats too? Do people come out and want to?
We have not gotten into yoga
Okay,
goats
you haven't
yet.
gotten into
No
No?
yoga goats yet.
You-
In the works, though.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun things in the works. So soon we will be a few things that we're planning at the farm. We're gonna have Llama Llama Red Pajama nights to have a
wow.
movie night.
Yeah.
So hopefully next spring we'll start doing that. So pretty excited about that. And we're creating a new area at the farm where everybody could just come out and relax and enjoy themselves for the day, and it kind of be open to the public. So lots of things in the works.
Yay. How do you have field trips ever that come to your place? Or do
We
y'all go
haven't-
to the school?
We haven't. We go to the school.
Okay.
So yeah, we've got a couple schools actually right now that we've looked at booking for fall events that they're having. So that'll be really fun. I'm looking forward to that. I like to teach whenever I take them out. So I have fun facts about them. So when we go to schools, that's like my favorite thing to do is teach them about critters.
Bring your alpaca out here a little
Okay,
in front
all right.
and teach me a
We'll
little
send
bit
him over
about
there.
the alpaca then.
Okay, so these guys, you can stand right there. You can
I'm trying not to
Mike,
look at him, but I
Mike,
want to
you can
look.
stand right there.
It's like I want to look, but I'm not looking.
So he looks a little rough because these guys come from South America, but they're adapted to being up in the mountains where it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
So we took them out of that environment and brought them obviously to
Obviously,
Tennessee.
the hot, humid
Yeah, hot,
West Tennessee.
humid West Tennessee climate. So his favorite thing to do is get in his pool.
Oh, yay.
He has a pool. And then their second favorite thing to do is take a dust bath.
So it goes
Yeah.
from water to dust, and then
water-
it turns to
water
mud
becomes
and
mud.
matted.
Yeah,
I'm not looking
true.
at you. Don't do that. I wasn't looking. Oh.
Oh, she's trying to eat your.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey,
Goats eat
hey,
anything.
That's,
Did
that's
you know
not
that?
real. That's not real. You don't want that.
That is not real.
So they have these long, spindly little legs. They're very agile.
Okay.
They look pretty funny when they run. It's
Yeah.
like a short lope gallop sort of thing. And,
So has he got? Those are hoofs.
these
Is
are
it
claws.
Claws.
Yep. So
They have fiber instead of hair, and they have
and they have
claws
these
instead
claws,
of hooves.
And there's a really soft pad on the bottom. So it's not like a horse's hoof or a goat's hoof where it's hard.
Okay.
So these guys are very friendly on the environment. They don't tear up a pasture like horses or harder hoofed animals. So they're very environmentally friendly. Another neat fact about them. So they're really particular about.
I got it over here,
He has
buddy.
the bowl. They're
Look,
really
look.
particular about their environment. So
Come on.
they like their environment to be very clean. So
I'm
they
not
will,
looking at you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
See? Just not look.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah. So they will only potty in one place in their pasture. So they have a community potty area.
Really?
And they will only potty in that area. Yeah.
How?
It makes cleanup easy.
It does make
Yeah.
cleanup easy. What if you take them somewhere? Do you just have to make sure they
Well,
go beforehand?
they just go where they go then.
Oh, then. Now he's got a really long neck.
He does. Yes.
So you said they're pack animals. What? All the way? Where do you pack at?
right
Back
here.
here?
Yep.
Bring him back
right
here
here
a little.
on their back here. She can go off if you'd like.
So
Here we go.
there we go. Hey, buddy. I'm not looking
He
at
says
you.
you don't have a treat.
Oh,
Excuse me,
there's a
sir.
treat. So
Yeah. So he has a little backpack put on there,
Mm-hmm.
and there he goes.
And wow,
He's very food driven. Can you tell?
I can tell he's a lot
Yeah.
like me. Just
Yeah.
follow around the food.
Just don't really look at me and feed me,
Yeah.
and I'm happy. Yeah.
Like that.
It kind of sounds like a teenage girl, doesn't it?
Now that you mention it,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, like a valley girl or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
just like
And I mean,
whatever.
with that hair,
Just give me some food. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
make humming noises.
Will it do it? Can you make him
Did
do
you
it?
hear him earlier? Oh,
Yeah.
that was his humming noise.
Nothing. Okay. All right. Thought maybe I could. No, I'm not looking at you.
So they
Oh, he's
make
got his
these
ears up.
weird humming noises. So ears back is you're annoying me.
Oh, ears back is
Yeah,
annoying.
like right now. Okay, treat. Yes.
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 Treat.
Okay.
Yes. Ears up.
Excuse me,
Happy?
sir. All right, he's fixing to say faster. Hello. Another
Yeah.
treat, please. Excuse me, not fast enough.
Oh. Look. Hey. Oh, look. I'm not annoying. Oh. No. maybe it's the goat that's annoying. Oh.
He's a cousin to the camel.
Get back over
So
here. You don't
he's
spit
in the
on me.
camelid family.
Oh, that was something. Do they spit?
They
What is-
can.
what is that? How is that like? If I look at him, he'll spit at me.
It's gross.
It's gross.
It's like high-speed projectile.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like you won't even be able to
And-
move out of the way.
No, you just had. Yeah. If they want to get you, they're going to get you. Mookie here has some really good manners. So he does not spit. We have a girl at home, Paprika. She that's her way of saying hello, I think. So you know when you go out there, you just hold your hand up and hope you don't get it in the face.
Yeah.
So llamas are more prone to spit than alpacas. Alpacas are there's his hum.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Yay.
Mike wasn't giving him treats fast enough.
I see.
So yeah, they are the smaller cousin to the llama. Llamas will spit, not all of them. Usually they spit when they're irritated, or females will spit when they're bred. That's actually, so that's actually, yeah, she spits on him. She's like, I want nothing to do with you, sir. Yeah, so that's actually how most breeders of alpacas tell when they are bred.
Yeah.
By what they call the spit test.
Huh.
So within a day or two after breeding, she will spit at him, and that says, sir, leave me alone.
They sound very much like human women. Man,
Yeah,
just get out of my sight.
yeah.
You doing
They're-
this to me, making me pregnant again.
Yeah, and so baby alpacas are called crias.
Crias.
Yes,
Okay.
crias.
Do you have any that are?
We have one little cria
Okay.
who came to us with her mother. Yeah, so her name's Clover.
Cute.
So we have Clover, Cinnamon, Paprika, Bridget, Rebecca, and Little. And she's named Little because she's the smallest one.
Ah, well, that's easy to keep up with.
Yeah.
Now, one of them's name is Paprika.
Paprika, yes.
Is
She's spicy.
spicy.
That's the one that spits on you.
Okay.
She's spicy.
Casey, you ever had one spit at you?
Yes, sir.
You have? What?
Paprika.
Paprika? Okay. Well, at least I know when I come over there which one to look out for.
Miss Paprika. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at. Oh, you got to come over here where everybody can see this little go. Come up here and let her see. Look at it. Look at it. Go
So
ahead.
if you'll hold your hand flat, she'll nibble those right out of here.
Look at that little.
She's a treat hound.
Man.
So this is April, and April she really doesn't understand the fact that she's a goat. She likes to sit in your lap.
Somebody was holding her and
Earlier, yeah.
Oh, she don't care, does she?
No, she wants
just-
treats.
she just
She's
want-
food motivated. There you go. Hold your hand flat. Yep,
Look at
so
her.
just hold your hand flat. There you go.
Come over here.
Look at these long ears. Here you go.
Here. She's wanting
This
the
is how
food.
you become her friend.
Here, I want to be your friend.
Yeah, you got
Come
it,
over
you
here.
got it.
Come over here, Casey. Come over here beside me.
There we go.
Come over here.
Gotta
So
figure
we-
out where the treats are.
There we go. We'll do it. Wait a minute, they're gonna be gone. Look, do it. Slow down, man. Look how. Do you eat that? Did
I'm
you
pretty
teach
sure
her
they
that?
could eat 50 pounds of treats a day if I was.
Wow.
I did not teach her.
She's gonna have an upset stomach, isn't she?
Needless to say, everything on the farm is very food driven.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, is this special food or
Those are licorice goat treats.
Have you eaten one? Have you tried it? No. It
I don't
smells
like
good. I
licorice,
can
so
smell
I
it.
personally wouldn't try it.
You're not going to?
Licorice is not my favorite, so I haven't tried them. We also have some
Wait a
blueberry
minute.
ones.
You said licorice isn't your favorite. You haven't tried them, so you've tried other ones.
I have,
Oh,
but not those.
let's see.
I mean, they're loaded with minerals and vitamins. So
Oh, come over here. That's horrible. Oh my gosh. Oh. So, oh man, that's bad. That's gonna
we'll let her
leave an
have all
aftertaste. I'm
those.
gonna need some water after that.
we'll let her have those. I'm sorry, I didn't bring you any.
No. Any treats?
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. So, y'all just started this how long ago?
I guess you could say back in May.
May.
Yeah, we kind of launched it. We had people, I also get riding lessons at the house. And so We had lots of people coming over and enjoying the farm experience, I guess you'd say, and I just put all those ideas together with people getting to spend time with animals, and I saw that there were children in our
Hey.
hello, she said.
Hey,
Me.
here you go.
I saw that there was kids in our community that have not had the opportunity to see a lot of these animals and be around them, and everybody always enjoys when they come out.
I can believe that. They are very good. We were nervous about having the animals in the studio, but they're just as tame and sweet.
This is their first trip to be on TV, so.
Yeah, you're movie stars now.
Yeah.
Look at you. Movie star Mookie.
Last weekend before last, Mookie was rocking out with a drummer of some of the bands that came out to the Tennessee Soybean Festival. So he really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
We were set up next to the carnival. So the lights of the carnival was quite interesting to Mookie. He thought those were neat. So we're being exposed to some new things that we don't see on the farm, like carnivals and.
Got one's going a little wild over here. Bring him back over
Slippery
here.
plastic.
What was the
This
horse?
is Rango.
Rango, that's right.
Yep,
Rango,
this is Rango.
Who braided Rango's hair?
I did.
Oh, look at that. Rango.
Oh, she's concerned about some treats.
You know that I got them, don't you?
Yep.
These, look, I don't have the horse treats. Are they different? Horse treats
Yeah.
different?
Yep, there we go. Casey's got some horse.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now these
yeah.
are apple flavored, so if you would prefer apple over licorice,
I've had my fill so far. I'm
they're
good.
full of fiber, so.
Yeah, fiber. Oh, there we go. Yay.
Now you got it.
Hey,
See, you
go-
can be a professional treat giver.
Hey, go and get Miss Shannon to come over here and feed one of those. Feed your little goat. Tell her to come over here and feed your little goat, because she's been worrying over this, haven't you, Shannon? Got me. Oh, you got me. Oh man, you're such a good little boy.
She's a girl,
Man.
that's why she didn't feel that.
All right. Yeah. So you were wanting to feed these, and you've been talking about this all week. Come over here and let this.
Take it off to the side.
Don't eat it now.
No, I won't.
Just
That's for the goat.
there. Look
Here you
at
go,
there.
Case. Here you go, Casey. You can take Miss April.
There we go. Take
you
Miss
go.
April there. See? Yay.
For Miss Smith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not Miss Shannon.
Huh?
To Casey.
Oh, what is she?
Miss Smith.
Miss Smith. Okay. I had the name wrong.
Yep.
I had the name wrong. Where's the next place that you guys are going to be at? Where are you going to be?
We're gonna be at Hazel Day.
Hazel Day.
Yeah, so I believe our next spot, we have a couple birthday parties in between there, but our next public place is gonna be Hazel Day.
Hazel Day. Well, if you guys want to come and experience something that it is really fun. They're gentle, they're sweet, and Casey would be more than happy to bring you treats so that you can look at her. She's teaching. Look, show me. Yeah, teach the teacher how to do it. Make sure she does it right now. Yeah, there we go. They are adorable animals.
Thank you, thank you.
And it's just a pleasure to be around them. And Casey, you have done such a good job. You know that?
Yes, sir.
You've done such a good job. And can we put the number up and everything again? There we go. So go to the Llama Llama Adventures on Facebook and like and subscribe, and you can keep up with the animals there and everywhere they're going to be. You can email Brittney at llamaadventures@gmail.com. Give them a phone call if you want to come out to the farm to hang out with the animals, or if you want, like she said, you want to spend the day at LBL, have the alpaca pack your treats up the hill and have a nice. Let's bring the alpaca
Have
back.
some treats.
Right, yeah, there we go. All right, I'm not looking at him. Come on. Bring him back out here. So, yeah, there we go. All right, there he is. Hey,
Here you
Mookie.
are. This can be your
Oh, there we go. Look,
your leaving trick. He wants
you-
to make sure you're not tricking him or anything.
I'm not tricking you, Mookie. It's yours, buddy. All right. Well, thank you so much, Brittney and Michael and Casey. Thank you for letting me see your animals. Uh-oh. Thank you for letting me see your animals. Yes, I do. I definitely want to do that. And thank all of you for tuning in to Good Day Paris. And tune in next week. We're going to have Carl Anderson, the Real Hope Center. We're going to have Jane Etheridge with the Clothesline Project, some great community involvement organizations doing some marvelous things. Okay, marvelous things in the community and spreading a lot of joy, just like these furry animals are. So, hey, if you hadn't had a good day, that's on you, but I hope you have a great day. Good day, Paris.